Hey, what's up? Welcome to Creative Emotions, where you're going to get this motivation, encouragement, inspiration. You're going to get this empowerment, transparency, and you're going to get these good vibes. It ain't nothing you can do about it. You're going to get these good vibes. Listen, I thank you guys so much for joining me this evening. I pray that your week have been one of intention, one of focus and purpose, and just doing things on purpose. It's all about purpose. Before I get started, and I'm here, just want to give you a word really quick, it dropped in my spirit about, where we are just even as we start adulting, we kind of lose sight of our dreams or those things that gave us life, So I wanna bring that back. I wanna blow a little wind on that fire to kind of get it, kindled again. But I want to remind you guys, this Friday is Poetry and Conversations. It's from 8 to 11. It's 21573 Grand River. Listen, it is a whole vibe. It's a connection out of this world where we can just agree to disagree. We can just try to understand each other better. So it's just a really good space where it's going to be good food, of course. You got Chef Austin in the building, and so his food is bomb. And again, it's open mic, so you have poets, you have different people coming to show and express their craft, which is why I even started this space. I wanted to create a space where we can just be ourselves and we can be free in our space. People can be individuals where they won't be judged. I know that word goes around loosely, very loose, when it comes to judging. But what I'm saying is, whatever you bring as an individual, as a human being in this world, it's not up for me to say how you should be doing your thing. What I create at Poetry and Conversations is a space where we can not only hear some good poems and, hear what's on people's mind, but we also can have real grown-up conversation where we discuss things that happen in our everyday life. So I want to encourage you. It is looking like some snow going to be coming on the ground, but guess what? We stay in Michigan, so I don't want to hear no excuses. I want to see you there. This Friday, March 10th, 8 p.m. to 11, there is a $10 cover. And that was the plug. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you share this with your family and your friends. Today's show is stick to the point. And so when it came in my spirit, it was like plan but point. Stick to the point. When we pick or when we decide or when we come across this journey that we're all living in, we come to something that outweigh more than the other, and it's called purpose. And so your purpose becomes the plan, but are you sticking to the point? Are you sticking to the reason why you start what you start? And are you finishing? This is detrimental to our very existence, because what we leave behind is our legacy. This stuff is going to be here. It's going to be here when we gone. And so you want to make sure you're planting seeds, whatever it is, whether it's social media, whatever it is that you're doing, that it's going to hold weight in the person that you are and your character. So when you think about sticking to the point, is it something that you wanted to do that is all the way back there? It's all the way in the back of your mind. It's in them books, they dusty, and you just like, yeah, no, I ain't on that no more. But at one point, you was heavy on that and you felt it, and it was a drive, and it was like a kick, and it was like excitement every time you thought about it. But then slowly people start chipping away at it. Your own self-sabotaging start chipping away at it. Your doubt and your fear start chipping away at it. And so you just set it to the side. So I want to ask you guys, how many people have vision boards? I know that's been a whole thing. People do vision board parties. They made resolutions and all these different things. But if you looked at all the things you used to do again back in the day, what have you put to the side? What is that one thing that you like, what? I should do that. Like, that'd be real good for this time, for this disposition we living in right now. Just think about that. Things that we thought about, somebody else may have thought about them. Have you ever seen an idea and you was like, dang, I thought about that. Like, dang, you could use the money. You can use everything that came with that idea, but you allowed it to go back in the wayside, the backside of your mind, or just like, I don't have the funds for it. I don't have the time for it. Or you may have had children. You had to finish school, or, whatever it is that you went through that made that thought go back and look unattainable. I want you to think about that. Think about that and go back and pick up your dreams. It's nothing too hard for you to do right now. Even if you just started your aspirations, dust them off and finish. Do you know how rewarding and satisfying finishing is? Have you ever just cleaned your crib and just like, you sat down and you looked around like, I did that. You know what I'm saying? You like, look, thank you guys so much for joining. Hey, thank you so much. Welcome. Make sure you guys share this with your family and your friends. And if this is your first time, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button. But yeah, you know, you have that moment where you finish and then you look around and be like, yeah, that's what's up. So I just finished. I done started about 4 books. And I just finished one of them. That's an accomplishment for me. Like, it's hot and ready. I'm just waiting to get it, you know, stacked up and get it out here. But the fact that I finished, like I kept starting new stuff. And every time I turn around, I got something else I done started. Like, oh, wait. Then I put that to the side and I started something else. And it's like, all right, now, sis. Like, you doing too much at this point. It's okay to be doing too much. Make sure you finishing what you start, though. That's the issue. I'm starting these little projects. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to do that. The last poetry CD I put out, 3 years back, I put it together. The poems and everything that I was going to do, put it together. As soon as I made up in my mind that I was going to do this CD, it happened within a month. From the people that came and helped me out, shout out to Mike, from the people that helped me out to the graphics, to the music, everything. All I had to do was make up in my mind that, man, I had this already in the stack. I said, man, I'm about to finish this. And I know people like, dang, you doing hair and you doing this and you doing that. A lot of that stuff don't have nothing to do with nobody else. Your finishing have everything to do with you. And it may not be what you think. A lot of times we look at finishing as it's about to go viral. It's about to hit. It's going to hit the scene. It's about to, take off. It may not be that. And that's okay. The fact that you're finishing what you start is a win, okay? It's a whole win. So please, there is power in finishing your projects. When you start it, finish it. Whatever you need to do with it, listen, look out. Because once you're ready to put all your energy into this project, it's going to happen. You can bet yourself on it. But when we have putting our energy into, promoting and what I'm saying? All of that plays a big major factor. And I'm saying it because, when you have a lot of things that you're doing, it's easy for you to get stretched thin to where something's going to fall to the wayside. But again, I'm talking about those things that you start. Not only should you start it, not only should you go back and get those things that gave you life, that made you feel like you in purpose, go back and get those things and finish them. Finish. That's your word for March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and then 2024. Finish. Finish. Okay? Enough. We got a lot out here that, look, once you sit down, it's out of sight, out of mind, and it loses its momentum. So please, for the sake of people that are waiting for you to do what it is you're called to do, pick those projects up, dust them off, and finish. Finish. How you doing, Erica? Thank you guys so much for joining and tuning in. This is a live show. You can call in at 313-266-2811. Again, share this with your family and friends. You know people that they have went out. It's like you can hear it. Like they ain't even trying to do nothing no more. They just like, yeah, I used to do that. I used to rap. I used to do this. And I'm not saying go be a 50-year-old rapper. That ain't what I'm saying. Listen, don't get me wrong. Nah, pick your dreams up, but be realistic. Be realistic with your timing. So what is your definition of failure? I think everybody has a different definition of that. I believe, when certain things we set out to do, when they don't go big and don't go viral, like I said, you just want it to be like, oh, I'm out here, I'm famous, and it doesn't happen. You look at that as failure. That is not failure. I am here to encourage you and to let you know Once you finish anything you set your mind to, that's success. It's not failure. So you can never fail, like, when you really start. Like, you can't. Just do it. Like, even if you write it down, the thought is just enough, right? That's enough to get that boy rolling. Once you put it down, once you start, don't tell everybody. Just start putting things in motion, putting things in play. Once you do that, I don't care how old you are, you will see the manifestations from that. So you can never, you can fail, though, if you never give it a chance. If you never give it a chance, you never give it a shot, that may be failure. Again, it's about how you're looking at it. So have you given up on your dreams? Have you put an age limit to something that's been heavy on your heart? Have you given up because of outside influences? You have people that be like, oh, girl, that ain't even popping no more. Or, oh, dude, that ain't nobody buying that, or ain't nobody doing that, or that's already been done. It doesn't matter. It don't matter how saturated the market is for whatever it is that you're doing, whatever you're supposed to be doing. Everything in this world is going to conspire to making your plan come together, because that's just how powerful you are. So I need you to remember that. Although timing is important, it can be detrimental to never begin at all. So if you just never give yourself a chance, that's a problem. That is a big problem. So please, those dreams that you have, if you're just joining me, thank you so much. Leon say, one of the things I do to finish projects is take it one step at a time. That's what's up. Taking one step at a time is important, but making sure you got something in your eyesight that you're constantly pouring yourself into to be able to see the finished project. It is so much into being able to see something finished. I'm telling you, it's like, no matter what, we're going to continue to be learning. We're going to be, continuing on this journey, just seeing new things, figuring out new things. We're going to be changing, constantly evolving. But just think, if you start right now, whatever you may have done in the past, and you pick it up, and then guess what? Next year, you'll be done with it. And then you can look at something else. Like, oh, man, I finished that. Even though it may not do numbers or whatever it is that you wanted to do. It all depends on how much we put, how much effort and money, time we spend in anything. Let me just start there. So if that's what you want, if you want to be famous and you feel like that's your destiny, then you will put 110% into your craft, into what it is you're supposed to be doing. But then you got to ask yourself, why are you doing it? And is that win going to be enough to keep you floating? Or as soon as somebody stop watching, or as soon as somebody stop patronizing, or as soon as something stop, then that downs, all of this fervor you had. So think about that. Why are you doing what you're doing? What's the reason behind it? I am encouraging you, if you was just joining, stick to the point. The point is the plan. And when you think about that, that's your purpose. Everybody don't know your purpose. Everybody may not agree with your purpose. It's okay. You know how many times I have people telling me, you should do this, and you should do that, and you should do that. You good at this. And I was over here doing some of everything. Everything but taxes and stripping. But I'm over here like this. Oh, yeah, I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. Because you can. You can literally do anything you put your mind to. But what is that thing that makes you feel fulfilled, that make you sleep good at night, that even if you was not getting paid, it made you feel like, I'm important. Like, I'm needed. Because you should feel needed. And it is something that you have that somebody else don't have. And so I want you to take time to think about that. It's power in never giving up. Having a purpose and sticking to the point. What is the purpose? I'm encouraging each and every person that eyes lay on this show, that you don't just operate out of what your parents wanted from you, the money that you were chasing, the clout that you want, the thought of being famous, the lifestyle that's opposite of the way you grew up. Now, this is naturally the driving force for everybody. They be like, I ain't never living that way again. I ain't never gonna let nobody, I ain't gonna never. And so a lot of us operate out of that fight or flight situation, that mindset, that energy. You like, oh no, I ain't gonna never get down to my last five. I ain't gonna never. And sometimes we can be on this I ain't gonna never and then you miss your whole purpose. It's people in the ground right now that never even scratched the surface to the things they had written down. And if they, they leave they papers and they books with their family, they don't know. They like, dang, grandma was gonna do all that? Grandma, dang, this, you know what I'm saying? So it's what's in you is needed. Let's just say that. What's in you is needed. So take all these things away, and it's something in you that you would do for free. Again, it's something that brings you joy, gives you meaning to life. It brings joy in your heart. Throughout your time, space, reality here, we're going to go through a litany of lessons, good things, bad things, just all kind of things. But there are a lot of things that persuade your decision. So I want to ask you, are you allowing things to negatively persuade your purpose? Whatever your purpose is, you know what your purpose is. Can't nobody tell you that. It is an innate feeling, I believe, that all of us get because it's something that we do that's effortless. Like you sleep on it, you wake up on it. It's something that's in your everyday life. You just do it. Everybody is not a motivational speaker. Everybody is just not, you can be purpose to be a mom. You can be purpose to get children that don't have homes. Your purpose can be anything. It's about what you know and what you're operating in, what you may have put down that you need to actively and intentionally go pick back up and finish it. Finish what you start. It is power in your finishing. So I'm asking you to go deeper. What is your life purpose? It's something you are here to do while you're here learning and engaging and evolving. It's still something that when you leave this earth, and that's where I think no fear should be in death, because we never know when that time is, right? But if you living every day knowing that you living on purpose, you living in purpose, you're doing things that you feel like you were brought here to do, there will be no regrets. If you living and you doing right by people and you know you ain't cheating, you ain't stealing, you ain't over here, you know what I'm saying, just on the ziggity boom, you know that you trying your best every day, you doing right, you living by your life standards and principles. You have nothing to worry about, right? That's where death, we shouldn't fear death. It's nothing that we should fear because every day we should be living on purpose, in purpose, and making sure that we leaving a legacy that's even worth talking about. So what have you put down that you need to go pick back up? Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you share this with your family and your friends. This is just an encouragement really quick. It was just on my heart because, I go through some of my papers, some of my folders and my notebooks, and I have visions of different things that I've done, and it's beyond me. It's like, wow. But where I was, I couldn't see that. I was just like, geez, okay. All right. Everybody's different, right? But this vision I kept having, even since the time I was 16, having this vision. I allowed a person that I, respected at the time I talked about my vision and, what God showed me and what I seen and who I helped, who my audience was. And this person told me, no, this is not the time. And that's not what you need to be doing. And in that part, that's not what you're supposed to be over here. But I had already seen for myself. So a lot of times we put people's opinions above what our Holy Spirit tells us. You have to be in tune, in touch, tapped in, and turned on to your internal presence. You're God. God is here. So once you get tapped in and turned on, it ain't going to be nothing nobody else will be able to tell you. Will probably only be confirmation, because somebody can give you a word, because God uses us all. So you probably will get tapped on the shoulder and told a little confirmation as to what direction, but that will be confirmation of your already knowingness. So what is your purpose? Aside from the different things that you do, what is that one thing that you put down that you need to go pick back up, and you need to blow the dust off of it and do it and finish it, not even knowing what's going to happen with it? Because once we get ready, we already ready. So when it happens, when the opportunity presents itself, we ready. So it can be things that you want to do, but you know you got to do step A, step B, step C, because whatever position it is, you're going to need that. Just do it. Finish. Be ready. Be ready for what it is that you're asking for. The beginning of this month, I said I was doing a fast and I was pulling back because I want to get prepared for what it is that I'm asking for. So I pulled back from everything and I'm like, you know, we ask for a lot of stuff and we want all this responsibility, but responsibility to whom much is given, much is required. And with your life now, are you prepared for what you're asking for? Are you prepared for what you're praying for? Are you preparing for what you feel like you're manifesting? Because you have to be prepared for it, or that will be another way that you're looking at failure. Because you're not prepared, or you're not in you're not in time for what you're asking for. Again, think about what your purpose is. If you're moving in your purpose, have you set it down based off of different things that happen? If so, please go pick it back up. The world needs you. You need you. You need to bet on you. I'm betting on you that you're going to believe in yourself enough to know your internal guide got your back. The angels around you constantly got your back. So if you have been told, it's been confirmed, and you know it's something that you put down, you need to pick back up. This is your confirmation again. So get busy. Go pick it up. Again, don't let people negatively talk about what you know your purpose is. But I want to encourage you to stick to the point. Everything you put on the back burner while giving excuses and alibis about why it hasn't happened, I am now giving you permission to go pick it up. Don't give up on yourself, on your dreams, on your thoughts, your ideas. Somebody is waiting on you to do what it is that you're called to do. They waiting. Everybody's in place. We got to get in place. The only way to get in place, tap in, turn on, know what it is that's expected of you, know what it is that's been implanted in you, that it's been planted in you, and that you need to feed, you need to nourish, you need to work it out. Stick to the point. What is the plan? What is your purpose? And are you doing it? Are you currently doing it? Have you currently been taking the necessary steps to check off what needs to be done? This is what I'm here for today. Yes, I know that's right, sis. Got to get on it. Go through those notebooks. Dust them off. Find a piece of wood and light that match. Light it. Bite down on your time. Don't allow procrastination. Procrastination, it gets us all. When I tell you, that's been one of the main things I feel like I have previously allowed to hold me back. Now, I try to push myself as much as I can. Like, girl, get up. Now go ahead on and finish that now. You know, and I just be like, okay, all right. Because a lot of times you're not going to have a rah-rah pom-poms behind you. People like, come on, get up, girl. You know you got to do. You're not going to have that all the time. You got to encourage yourself. You got to pick yourself up like, no, I said I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it. Because we got to hold ourselves accountable first before we look for accountability partners. A lot of us get off work and we are physically and mentally tired. So you literally pass out. I want you to fight for your time. Fight yourself, okay? Be like, okay, nope, I'm going to do 10 minutes and that's it. Get up, like push yourself to get into purpose, get into those things that you have laid to the wayside and you need to pick it back up. I want you to aim high. We stay in this little safe zone. I said we, because we all do it. We stay in this safe zone like, I'm just going to do that. Well, I don't know. If somebody asks me to do something and I don't quite have it, guess what? Yes, I can do it. And I'm going right then and there to get what I need. I am not holding myself back. I am not speaking words of negativity. I am not talking about what I can't do. All I'm talking about is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to hold myself accountable. So this is what I'm encouraging you to do. Make sure you go back. Pick that stuff up. Pick up those things that you haven't finished, no matter what the outcome is, and finish. This is just one of the many things on this experience that we can just be proud of ourselves about. No matter how small it is. Everything is not big and grandeur. Some stuff is just, you know what? I said I was going to do this one thing, do this A, B, and C. Let me go ahead and do that. I'm taking this weekend, I'm gonna do this. And you finish. I said I was gonna do this, and this, and that. And then you finish. This is what life is about. This is what it's about. But definitely being in purpose while you're doing it. We work for other people, but we fail at times to work for ourselves to benefit others. Because what you have, somebody need. Your ideal is needed. Your thoughts are valuable. Stick to the point, which is the plan, which is your purpose. I need you to go pick it back up. I need you to do it. So don't keep starting new things. Finish what you started so far, because you started it for a reason. Whatever God start, he finished to completion. God is in you. You are God in the earth. So that's Bible. That's word. Even if you believe or not, you still powerful. Even if you want to say his name, different name, you want to call it the universe, you want to call it intelligence, whatever it is, there is something much bigger than you. There is something that lives in you. There is something that guides you. There is something that's around you at all times, because you're never alone. So you can ask that question. Even if you don't even know. You know what? Say, what am I supposed to be doing? I double dog dare you to ask that question. What am I supposed to be doing? And I'm not talking about to another person. What am I supposed to be doing? What did I put down that I need to pick back up? I need to finish this. Whatever it is, I need you to get to it. It all ties together. So whatever you don't know, you can obtain that information. You can obtain it from a person. Shoot, Google. 9 times out of 10, you got people that's doing the same thing. The wheel is not being reinvented. People are doing the same thing. But it's coming from you, which means it's going to be from you, which is nobody's like you. So you're needed. What you have is needed. Life is about experiences, the lessons, the wins, the losses, the ups and downs. Please don't give up on your purpose. I need you to stick to the point. The point is a plan, and there's your purpose. So what is your purpose? So I want to give you a few things to do just to stick to the point, which is your plan. Write it down. You are more likely to commit to a plan that's specific, is measurable, is achievable, and is realistic. So go back to those things that you started and that you didn't finish. Start checking them off, start finishing, and then ask for help. What is it that I need to do with this? What is it that I need to do with this? Like, it's really that simple. Ask for help. You're not by yourself. So write it down. Set a few deadlines. Make a few goals within a week or two to keep movement. Because a lot of times when we stop that movement, it goes numb. It's still there, but it loses its momentum. So make a few goals and keep that movement. Reward yourself. All movement and completion need to be acknowledged. Like I said earlier, anything you do, don't play yourself small. Don't look at it like, oh yeah, that wasn't nothing. No. Nothing you do is small. So stop playing yourself small. Don't play down anything that you do. If it's completion, then it's a win. It's a win-win. I don't care what happens with it. Just make sure you finish what you start. You make sure you living in purpose. The last thing I want to leave with you is have an accountability partner. Have somebody that can hold you down, man. I mean, whether you married, you got a best friend, stop all the gossiping and, be like, look, I'm really trying to get this done. So, friend, I need you to just be on me. Like, in 3 days, if I ain't did nothing, ask me. Like, get people assignment in your life. It's okay. Because what are you doing other than that? What are we doing? Are we talking about other people? Are we complaining about your life all day? Are we complaining about other people? Or, like, what are we doing? If we're friends, let's hold each other up. Let's encourage each other. And make them accountability partners. It's okay. You don't have to do this alone. Don't let society make you feel like you have to be a Lone Ranger. While people talking about haters this and haters that and all my haters and that's why I don't mess with people and that's why I don't mess with females and all this foolishness. Before you get all them sayings, just know that we need each other. We need each other more than we can acknowledge. But what I've learned is there is a tribe for everything, honey. and there is your tribe. So just make sure, whatever it is, stick to the point, which is your plan. And I need you to focus on that purpose. What is your purpose? So you're never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. And that's from C.S. Lewis. I thank you guys so much for joining me this evening. I hope that this has helped you, okay? If it's something, you may be flying high right now, but you know it's something that you put down, you may need to pick back up. I don't care where you are on the financial scale. I don't care what you do, how big you think you are, or if you think you're small. I want you to know that you're magnificent and that you're needed in this world. And please, whatever you do, do not give up on yourself. I thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you come out on Friday, 8 to 11, 21573. That's on Grand River. I thank you guys for joining me. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Meet me here next week. Peace.